What is up, everybody? It is your boy Drift. I am back with Shinobi. We are here for another episode of the Overnight Podcast. In today's episode, we don't have a specific topic. We're kind of playing a quick game for y'all on the pod. I have no idea how long or short this pod will be, since it's just this game. Really, we'll try to fill in the end if it feels short with some yapping. But other than that, we are going to go ahead and hop into this little game I have set up for us. And I'm just going to explain the game to y'all real quick. It is a mix of like a draft type game. I always see these videos of people like drafting characters or drafting games. So I went ahead and put some game categories on this wheel. I'll read out all the categories right now. And what the game is we'll spin a wheel. We'll do like a snake draft order. We'll each draft a game from that category that it lands on. We will be picking a specific game, and at the very end, we are going to look up all of our games' IGN scores and add up our total at the end. And whoever has the total score at the end will win the little challenge. And yeah, that'll be that. Pretty much, we're just like adding up our IGN scores. So you kind of want to try to pick good IGN ones, or good scores. I know IGN is not the best when it comes to rating games, but it is just a simple way for us to play a little mini game. Nothing too serious. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Shinobi do his intro before I read the game categories, and that is the pod episode.
What's up, y'all? Shinobi Radixan. Pretty much just do YouTube.
As always, all the links in the description to his YouTube stuff and my Twitch stuff will be all in the links in the description below. Let's go ahead and read some of these categories. For the categories, we have a Call of Duty category, an MMORPG or looter shooter, a tac shooter, a survival slash cozy game category, a sports category, racing game category, a specific PS3 game category, any of your choice, a game of the year game, so it has to be a game that one game of the year that you're picking, a PS2 game, an extraction shooter game, a Xbox game that's specifically just for Xbox, and then one of the Pokemon games. For most of these categories, usually we would try to do it off the top of our head, but for like some of them, like game of the year ones, we're probably gonna have to look it up. I mean, I don't think I can remember every game that won game of the year, so we're kind of gonna have to like sum them up. But that's fine. We're allowed to do research during the pod episode, but we will go ahead and start it now. Do you want to go first or you want to go second? I mean, if you go second, you'll go first the next time after that. But either way, would you like to start the game or would you want to go second?
Go ahead and start it, and then I'll like get a feel for it.
All right, I'm gonna spin the wheel now. Let's see what category we land on first. Okay, the first category is Game of the Year. So if you want to look up Game of the Year winners, we can look them up real quick because I actually don't remember off the top of my head. I want to pick the most recent one. I probably will pick the most recent one because it has been my favorite game, but I want to look just in case there's something else that catches my eye.
For sure, for sure. Is there like a limit, like not limit, but like how far back can we go to like
Uh, as
pick a
far
game?
as far back as you want to go, it could be just look up
Oh, okay, okay,
Game of the
okay.
Year winners. And you're literally just picking up one. You're just picking one, and then at the end we'll just look up the IGN score. Which I mean, for Game of the Year, obviously these are probably all going to be rated high anyway. So you probably got a secure pick on all these. Okay, I am actually ready to make my pick. I think I was gonna pick the most recent one because I love Expedition 33 and it's probably one of my favorite games. But I'm actually going to be safe and do for my first pick. I actually do Elden Ring. I actually want to do Elden Ring.
Okay, and then are we going like game of the year from like the Game Awards?
Yeah, just look up
Okay.
just look up Game of the Year winners, and then that's what I would do,
Um,
and then go from that list and just
See, I don't know if I just want to pick like a game that I like. With it or just try to metagame this shit
yeah. See,
and just go for the high score.
that's what I was doing. For this one specifically, I did go for the game that I fuck with the most. I don't really care about the score. I did want to pick Expedition 33 because, like I said, it is my favorite game, but it's recent biasly and it just won, so that's why I went with Elden Ring because Elden Ring was like actually like I don't know. I feel like as much as I like Expedition 33, Elden Ring did change the game for me in the sense that we're like all of like I said, that's a game like all of us played. Like I played with my homies. I played the game. It's not just because it won Game of the Year, but it's just I fucked with the game.
Bet. I think this one I'll metagame it, and then I'm gonna go with Baldur's Gate 3.
All right, all right. That is cool. Those are our game of the year categories. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel again for the next draft. Ooh, the next one is racing, and you are first for that. So any racing game that you can
Racing
think of,
game.
it can be off the top of the head. Like I said, if you want to look up some, you can. But you have a
Um,
racing game.
this one I'm just gonna go for the level of the game. I'm gonna say Double Dash, Mario Kart, Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mario Kart Double Dash. Okay. For me, I'm also gonna blind pick this one and do it for the love of the game, and I am going to do Sonic Surfers Racers, the one where
Hell
they
yeah.
ride the surfboards. I don't know how good or bad this game will be, but I'm gonna do it just for something different. All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel again, and I will be going first on this next one. Okay, it is a Xbox game, so this has to be an Xbox exclusive game. Um, I think I already have mine in mind. I am going to go without even looking up. I'm going Gears of War 3. It was my favorite one, and that'll be my pick for my Xbox game. You have to make your pick.
Um, I don't know if I want to metagame this one or just pick one that, like, I know. Um, just because I'm excited to finally play one of Forza, we'll go with the first one.
Okay, Forza for you. That's a good pick. All right, let's spin the wheel, and you will be going first on this next one. Now, let's see. Okay, this one is any PS2 title, so any game on the PS2 of your choice.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I gotta go with it.
Okay, for me, I will go with. This is a tough one because I think if I'm going off of the meta one, I feel like this one got a better grade, but I want to go with my favorite one, so I'm gonna go Psycho 3. I do think the two has the better one, but I'm gonna go with what I love more.
Yeah, I would say Kingdom Hearts 2 has the better one, but I gotta go with the OG.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going with what I love. All right, I will be going first on the next category, which is a Pokemon game. This one where it gets tough. There's a lot of them. I'm actually gonna go with the one I talk about the most. I will go with Pokemon Ultra Sun. I feel like that's just my favorite one. Yeah, I love the starters in that one, so that's kind of what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I feel like I want to go with like one of my top gens. Because I'm also trying to metagame this one, but I feel like they're both like up there. I feel like there's a lot of love for both of them. I'll go with Platinum.
That was a great pick.
Yeah, it was either Platinum or Emerald, but I feel like Emerald has the higher score on that, just because I feel like there's more nostalgia bait for it. But Platinum.
Yeah, that makes sense. While we're in the middle of this, I'm actually gonna add one more category that I totally forgot about. That I just thought about right now, which is a fighting game. So that'll be on the wheel going forward. So just try to think of that. Totally forgot about that, but I added it right now. Okay, it is your first pick, and it is a tech shooter. Um, if I don't know if you know the category, but like that would be like I'm pretty sure you do, but that would be like Valorant, CS:GO, Rainbow, like those kind of games.
Oh, yeah. This one I'm just gonna try to metagame because I don't play these kinds of games. CS:GO, the first one.
that That's a good choice. I am going to go with Valorant. I feel like that is really the only ones that I want to pick because the other ones are kind of dead. Um, let's go to the next category, which I'll be going first on. Let's see what it is. I just added this one, and it just got in the thing. But we are having the fighting game category. This is easy. I'm also just gonna go with the vibes. I should go with the metagaming shit, but I kind of just been going with the vibes, so I might as well just keep going with it. I'm gonna go with Mortal Kombat 9.
Uh, I'm gonna metagame and go with Mortal Kombat 1.
That is also true. That's probably gonna be a really good one. You're talking about the new one, right? Like the newest one, the MK1 or the actual original one?
No, the original one,
Oh,
Mortal
that's
Kombat.
that's also
Yeah.
still gonna be really good. Okay,
Yep.
spinning the wheel now. All right, you have first pick with Call of Duty.
I gotta go with Black Ops 2.
All right, I am going to go with the newer Modern Warfare 3. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going with the old one.
Yeah, I feel like it was between either BO1 or Modern Warfare 3 that I think would have the higher score, but
Yeah, I'm going with Modern Warfare 3 because it's my favorite. Like I said, I've been going with just what I like. But I honestly, realistically, I for some reason I feel like it's gonna be like a random title that's gonna be the highest rated one, like Ghost or some shit maybe. But I don't know. It's hard because the other ones are very nostalgic. So
yeah.
okay, we have a PS3 game now. This is where it gets kind of hard. I want to go maybe I know a meta game that won Game of the Year for this one that I remember from the list, but I'm just gonna go with it's still kind of a meta game, but it's not the one that I'm thinking of. But I'm gonna go with a Assassin's Creed 3.
So this is any just
Any,
PS3 game. It
yeah, it
doesn't
could
have to
be
be
any
like an
PS3.
exclusive kind of thing.
Nah, well, yeah, you want it to be exclusive to Sony. Like it has to be like it just has to be on PlayStation 3. It doesn't have to be exclusive. It's just a game you played on PS3. Yeah, it just has to come out on
Okay.
PS3.
Okay. This one's just for the love of the game. Alice Madness Returns.
I feel like that's actually a good game rating wise. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it might be higher than I think it is, but I don't think it's like the highest that it could possibly be. That I would say GTA.
Yeah, probably. I didn't think about GTA.
Yeah,
Honestly, I actually had Dragon Age Inquisition as my fucking meta
that's
pick
another good
because
one.
it won. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it won Game of the Year, and I remember like specifically that was like the Game of the Year for PS3. That's also because like I got Game Informers, so I just remember the Game of the Year one. Anyways, the next one we got landed on, which you're going first in, is an MMORPG and or looter shooter. MMORPGs would be like World of Warcraft, Diablo, shit like that, and then obviously you know like the looter shooters like Destiny, Warframe, Division. But any of the other or any other MMORPGs you can think of like the gotcha games that you guys play and stuff, those are also MMORPGs.
Um, you know what? Just because we mentioned it on the last episode at DCU.
That is a good one. I'm actually gonna this is gonna be the first time that I don't pick something that I vibe with, but because I want to pick something that I want to get more into, and I'm gonna go World of Warcraft because I do want to maybe play that game on
Yeah,
PC.
that's probably the smartest pick for that one.
I think so, but at the same time, it also has like its Destiny effect where people like didn't like the game at some portions of the game, so I don't know how overall the grade's gonna be. But we'll go ahead and spin the wheel, and you will be, or I'll be first in this next one. Actually, you just went first. Okay, I landed on sports. This is tough because I could pick a Madden because I play a lot of them, but I couldn't tell you which ones are good or bad because they're mixed opinions, and there's too many FIFAs to think of. I'm gonna go with something that's unique of a throwback. I'm actually gonna pick a FIFA, but it's gonna be FIFA Street, the first one, just because I vibe with that game the most, and I can't really pick a Madden.
Yeah. I don't even know if this is like metagame because I want to say like Street V3 because I used to play the shit out of that back in the day, but I'm gonna go with FIFA 16.
I feel like yeah, I feel like that's the thing. The golden era of like FIFA's and Madden's are all around the same. Like Madden is like I feel like Madden like 15 through like 20ish maybe. I feel like it's the golden era of Madden, and then FIFA's probably like you just said like 15 like through like 22 maybe. Like anytime that KSI was making videos, I remember for FIFA, and then for 2K I get lost. I don't know like 2K13 was like goated because of the soundtrack, but that's it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about like other people like playing it. FIFA 16 is just the only one that I've like actually played.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went like I don't really play like a lot of new sports games, so I went with the older ones. That's why I went with the street one because I played the shit out of that one. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep the vibes. I've pretty much been all vibes
Yeah.
besides World of Warcraft. So okay, your first pick is the second to last category, which is either a survival game or a cozy game. So it could be like obviously they're both similar because they're in the same category. Like Minecraft is both survival and cozy. Poketopia, you know, um, any of the ones, Grounded, Ark, stuff like that.
Definitely just gonna go for the love of the game on this one. Toem, just because it's a good game and people should play.
I feel like that is also a good choice. I am gonna go with my favorite one. I don't know how good it is, but it's one of the best survival games that I've played. I'm actually torn because I do like Power World, but I feel like this one I just had more fun with my friends. I am gonna go with Grounded, the first one. It's just been my favorite survival game besides really Ark and Minecraft and
Yeah,
Power World. I like Power World, but I feel like Power World's not fully out yet, so I want to wait because I don't think the grade now for it is gonna be good because it's not out all the way. Okay, our last category. Obviously, we don't have to spin for this one. Um, I'll be going first on it, which is an extraction shooter, which obviously we know a bunch of those. This is tough, dude. I'm actually gonna go with the newer pick and not pick the mainstream ones. I'm gonna go with Delta Force. I feel like that game's been rising a little more in player base, and I just like it more than I like Arc Raiders or Marathon.
I feel you. Um, just because I missed out on it and I only hear good things about it. Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, that was a unique one.
Yeah.
All right, that is our list. We are going to do some snappy editing. I will get back to you real quick. We are going to look up all the scores for these games real quick, and then when we're both done, I'll cut to us being done, and we'll review the scores of our games one by one or something, or a list of them, and then we'll say our total. But we will be right back. Let's look up the list for these games on IGN, and then we will let you guys know when we're done with all the editing is cut. All right. Oh shit. Okay.
Uh, am I tri? Am I tripping? Is IGN out of 10? I thought it was out of 100.
No, IGN is out of 10. They do grade
Okay,
football.
okay.
Oh my god, this game fucking sucks. I feel like the first ones, our game of the year one, should be safe tens or at least like 9.5s. I'm sure.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, this is actually higher than I thought it was gonna be. I want to look up. Let me see this. Is this one higher? I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it was higher. I won't say the grade or the score of the third one.
oh, what the fuck?
Oh, actually, if I say the score of this one, you'll know it's higher. But I'll just wait to say it in the thing. I guess it doesn't matter for the. I guess, but dude, I looked up Sly Cooper 2 because I figured it was the highest one, and that shit was a 9.2 out of 10. I,
That's crazy. Yeah, I looked up Kingdom Hearts 2. Not the score that I thought it was. It's a 7.6.
what? Look up the. What was the other one you were thinking of again? That you thought was higher than
Kingdom
it?
Hearts 2. Kingdom
No,
Hearts 2.
yeah. Which one? When you looked at the one you just said right now was the yours, right? Or that was Kingdom Hearts 2?
No, that's Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh damn. Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be
like way higher.
like
Yeah.
9.5 or like a 10. That's kind of crazy. Hold on.
Oh my god, that is. Okay, this is a lot higher than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, I don't I actually did better than I thought. I don't have that many flops. I actually really don't have that like really flops at all. Really,
Only
not a
have
crazy one.
one.
Yeah, I have one too. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, 10 plus.
All right, I got mine.
Yeah, I'm bubbling too. Hold on. All right. I'm also good. I have my scores set up. I just want to double check my scores. Make sure I did the math right. You said you're good, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back with the power of editing. We have our scores added up. I'm going to go ahead and let us read our scores one by the category, and then we'll give you guys a total at the end. I saved the list in the order we did it, so we'll go ahead and read ours one by one. Since I'm not sure if you kept track of how we did it, I'll just read it and we put it in the order. I'll just go first for every time. So for game of the year, I picked Elden Ring. My score was a 10. What was your game of the year score? And game.
10 for Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, awesome. And then for the next one, we had racing games. I picked Sonic Riders, which is a surfboarding game. That got a score of a 6.2.
I was surprised. Double Dash got 7.9.
Yeah, that's actually a really good grade. This is the one I was like, they kind of like bombed a little bit on my list, but I wanted to pick something unique. It was super cool. And the next one is our Xbox game. I picked a Gears of War 3, which is my favorite Gears. This was a pretty noticeably almost game of the year, I remember, so it got a score of a 9.
Yeah, Forza got 9.
Okay, then for our PS2 game, I was completely right when I checked it up. Sly Cooper 2 was the higher graded one. It's actually the highest graded in the series. It is a 9.2. But I unfortunately picked Psycho 3, which was still higher than I thought and a little bit close, or not close, but it was kind of close. I had an 8.1 for that.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts got a 9. Kingdom Hearts 2 got a 7.6, which is insane. So Jeff Haynes, just watch your fucking back.
That's crazy. Next one was our Pokemon category. I picked Pokemon Ultra Sun. To no surprise, I feel like the grades get better as the games go on. As much as people don't want to admit that, I think the newer ones just sell better. But for me, I picked Ultra Sun, which was a 7.8.
Ooh, I beat you. 8.8 for Platinum. I thought Emerald was gonna get higher, but it's actually less. They got a flat 8.
Yeah, I feel like Pokemon. I feel like the OG ones have good grades, and then we get to like the DS, 3DS era, and they're kind of like mid to most people because I just don't think the console like just was super successful. And then you get to like the
Yeah.
Switch era, and they're just like kind of like innovative now, so they're a little better. But yeah, that's kind of crazy though. I figured you were. I thought you might have had the most underrated pick because that's like a lot of people's like underrated favorite one. So I knew that when you picked that one, that it was actually really good. For the next category, we had tax shooters. I picked Valorant, which got a grade of a 9.
See, I surprisingly CS:GO got 8. I thought it was gonna be a little bit higher, but we take it.
Yeah, that's still good. For the fighting game category that we added last, I got Mortal Kombat 9 was my choice. I got a grade of an 8.
Yeah, no, the first one got 8 also. I actually thought it was gonna be less because I completely forgot this is the era where like they're like, oh, this is the most violent shit that we could ever make, kind of thing. But
It's
8,
sold though.
we take it. Yeah, we take it.
For Call of Duty, I had picked Modern Warfare 3, the old one. It's the 2011 one. I got a grade of a 9.
Just barely beat you with that one. Black Ops 2 at a 9.3. I thought Black Ops was gonna be higher. That one is a 8.5.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Black Ops. I feel like Black Ops is a fan favorite too.
Yeah.
Um, the next category we did was any PS3 game. I picked Assassin's Creed 3. It did pretty well. I feel like maybe Black Flags was a little higher. Maybe I didn't check, but I got an 8.5.
Yeah, this one was like my only one that was below a 7. I got a 6.5 for Alice Madness Returns.
I just feel like it wasn't mainstream. We also could have went the super like easy route. We probably could have picked like an Uncharted and or God of War, but we didn't. We picked the games we liked the most, so we kind of take the bullets with those ones. For my MMO, I kind of knew this one was gonna do good just because it's probably like it's arguably the most iconic one. World of Warcraft was a 9.1.
Yeah, you flooded with that one. DCU got a 7, which I respectable.
Yeah, for the difference and developers from AAA to that game, it's still good actually if you think about it.
Yeah.
For the next one, our sports category, I picked FIFA Street. Thankfully, I picked the original one because the other ones, besides the newest one that came out, or the last iteration of it, were pretty low. But I mean, this is still kind of low, but it got a 7, but better than the other ones because like the second one got like a 4, and I almost picked FIFA Street too. So I'm so glad that I picked the first one.
Yeah, FIFA 16 didn't do as better as you, a 7.8, which is it's all right. I mean, like I said, the only reason I picked it was because that's the only FIFA that I like played, and even then, it was just like a little bit. I should have gone with Street V3. That shit got a 9.4, which is insane.
Yeah, I feel like the old classic Street games just were so iconic. Like, or even like the iterations of like different NFL games, like NFL Street or NFL Blitz. Um, there's the Xbox one too, like the other Street one, the Gridiron one or whatever. I feel like those are just unique. They're niche, so people like those, and people just like the old EA electronics better than the new EA.
Yeah,
For this one, the survival game, I picked Grounded. It was pretty low graded, but I also totally forgot when I was picking that this grade was off of the release of Xbox and not the re-release for PC and PS5 because those were like years apart. So the sales didn't matter because although the game has, massively grown, it doesn't matter. IGN scored it when the game came out for Xbox. So I got a 7.8.
Toem got an 8, which is solid. I didn't think it was gonna be that high, so
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I didn't think it was gonna be that high either. I also think my was kind of low too because I always forget that like Ground has bugs and I feel like bugs are not. everyone's cup of tea, kind of. I feel like some people
Yeah,
like I have specifically friends like even our boy Manny who won't play just because it's fucking bugs and spiders and stuff and it creeps them out. So I understand
yeah.
that. Our next one was our extraction shooter. I picked Delta Force. I feel like I didn't know what to pick in this category, and I didn't want to pick just like Tarkov or Arc Raiders because I feel like Arc Raiders was the easy answer. But I don't really fuck with Arc Raiders like that, so I went ahead and picked Delta Force, which is my second lowest score on this whole board, which is a 7.4, or third lowest
Just
actually.
barely beat it with a 7.5 for Hunt Showdown.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, so at the end, we ended up tallying up all of our IGN scores. By the way, all this was off of IGN. I know people in the comments, there's probably better ways to grade the games. We could have did a little more in depth, but we wanted to do something simple and fun, so we used IGN scores. And my total was 106.9.
Shut the fuck. Mine was a 106.8.
Jesus, so I
That's
barely
insane.
won. I'm pretty sure it's because of the mid games I picked, like the game of the year was 10 out of 10, and like I think I got a lot of eights and nines. Really, I didn't really have that many sevens or anything like that. So I barely beat you by a singular number. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, the only one that held me back was Alice Madness Returns. I feel like if I had picked a different game,
You would have won.
it
Yeah, for
would have
sure. Yeah,
like
you would have won.
solid. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I had a bad game too with the Riders game, but it wasn't like that was like really the only low game I had that was under at least a seven. Everything else was a seven or above.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Um, if you guys want to go ahead and play along, um, try to pause the video as we went through the categories. Drop your guys' score and or games in the thing below. Obviously we could have went the meta route, like you said. There was games that could have been picked. We could have easily picked like like the iconic fucking PS2, PS3 games. Like I could have easily picked like the game of the year on PS3. He could have picked the God of War. Um, the Xbox games, we could have went like the Halo route or anything. Any game that we knew were successful, we had chances to do it, but we also went for the vibe. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. Play along with us. I feel like we have a little bit of time left to extend the podcast because it wasn't super long. So we are going to go ahead and maybe uh, pick our three favorite games from this list and why we like them, maybe from these lists, or why we picked them, and then um, what our thought process was for picking it for that, or alternatives or something for that. But I feel like we could just pick our three favorites from this list and why we picked them.
I guess I'll explain Alice Madness Returns. I think I've talked about it before on one of the episodes. I can't remember which one it was, but I just love when people take like an already like told story or concept and then just like twist it. And this is like my favorite version of the Alice in Wonderland story. Um, it's the second of technically a trilogy, but only two of them are games, and then the third one is like I think like a short series or something. Um, but it's Alice going insane and checked into a asylum. Um, I don't know if that was the same thing in the first one. I played the first one like very briefly because it was a PC game. But Madness Returns, it was so good. I read a little bit of like the review on like why they picked 6.5, and like I get it because it does have its like slower parts where it's not so much grindy, but it's like it is dragged on a little bit to get to like the next point to progress the story. But overall, super sick designs. I love the story of it. I highly recommend you pick up the game and play it. Um, what other ones? Uh, oh, Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown was the one that I picked that I've never played it, but I've only heard good things about it, and I've seen a lot of people just wanted to come back and either get a revival on it or get a new game. And it looks a lot of fun, and I like the concept of it, the different um, I guess like creatures, monsters that you could select and hunt them down. Super sick concept. And then Kingdom Hearts, I went with the first one instead of the second one, thinking that like because it was the first one, it would get like a decent score, and then as it progresses, the scores get better. Because I feel like Kingdom Hearts in the beginning was kind of niche, but also to be fair, the internet wasn't anything back then, so I don't know how like that would have spread. Um, because whenever I like talked about Kingdom Hearts, nobody would like know what it was until I would say probably KH2. Definitely by KH3, it had a pretty decent audience. Um, and even if you didn't play the game, you've like heard of it. Uh, so that was like kind of my mindset on that. So I'm surprised they got a 9 and KH2 got a 7.6 because arguably KH2 is the better of the two. I might just be biased on that because I like the organization and I like that storyline, but yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, those are good picks. I think they also one that thing when you were talking about it. I feel like didn't they re? I'm not sure if it's the same iteration of the story, but I'm pretty sure that is the character that they added to like that Rage Style Legend game. I'm pretty sure from that game. I'm pretty sure it's inspired by that game that they added to that mobile game. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the Return to Madness Alice or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they got the license to that specific version of her. I'm pretty sure it might be. I might be wrong. Could be completely capping. Either way, she is in the game. It's the darker version of Alice in Wonderland. She's in the game. It doesn't matter if it's that one or not. It's just still part of Raid Shadow Legends. I know I'm right about that at least. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pick my three. I think I guess I can start off with the MMO. We talked about it a little bit in the podcast previous to this one with Bungie kind of like ending and Destiny coming to an end. Um, Destiny was like a big part of my like childhood and just I grinded the game. I don't think I've ever played a game as much as I played Destiny, and it's super hard to replace like the feeling of like the memories I made and doing raids in that game and just grinding a character and investing like time into a character like that. Like it's no different than any other looter shooter, but like that one's kind of unique because it's like not like class. I mean, it's class based, but it's not like preset character based. Like you can edit this character from head to toe, and you really just design how you want. So it's like a part of you, kind of, and I guess. And with the void being um empty now, I would need another like looter game to play. So I purely picked this game off of a game that I inspired to play. I've been like hopping around trying to find a new game to play, especially because I don't know. I'm switching as I get older. I'm kind of switching the categories of games I play. I'm not really super into heavy competitive FPS games as much anymore. So I've really just been playing like MOBAs, like uh, Deadlock and things like that. And I wanted to try to switch something after Destiny. So I think MMO or more MMOs would be the thing. And I feel like a live service game since I'm on PC like that, why not try the pinnacle of the best? And then for another game I want to highlight is it is my lowest score, but it's just a game that I finally remember playing a lot, and it honestly, for most people, I know why it's a low score, just because like they're racing surfboards and the Sonic characters, but I just love Sonic Riders. I thought you know, the way the game felt like the Mario Karty tracks, but on surfboards, kind of, or these hoverboards, were super sick. And yes, I know it don't make sense. Like Sonic and them can run fast. Like why do they need a surfboard? But the aesthetic of the characters in that game were super sick. I really liked the way they made the characters look. Um, I'm trying to think of the main character's name. I might have to Google it real quick. But there's a specific character that got introduced in that game, which was I'm gonna actually Google it real quick. I don't really know his name, but it's the green one, and he got introduced in that one. And I don't know. I fuck with that character so much. So it was super cool to see him in the game. Oh, Jet. Jet was his name. Jet the Hawk, the
Mm.
green one. I don't know why he just stands out to me. He's one of my favorite characters besides Silver and Shadow. So, and you don't really see him in a lot of Sonic content, so it's cool to see him in that game. So yeah, I just really remember playing that game finally. And then for the last one, I want to talk about. Everyone knows it's my favorite character of all time, my favorite game of all time. It has been my channel art before. I always switch between it. I always put it back as my channel art sometimes before I switch to some other ones. Um, but Sly Cooper 3, it is my favorite of the series. I know most people who are diehard Sly Cooper fans live and die by Sly 2 being the best Sly game of all time, which I do agree that it is really good, but I have never been the type of person to just say it's the best by far. Like I know it is considered the best, but I don't know. I low key thought Sly 3 was a little underrated. I thought the first time we got to play more than just Sly was unique to me, like being able to play like the Panda King and the Guru and actually play Dimitri, like seeing some of the iconic villains become playable characters. I don't know, it was just something that I enjoyed. And I also wanted to spit some Sly Cooper things. I know this is gonna be a super hot take, but like I said, 3 is my favorite one, and I don't think that 2 and 4 are far from each other. Hot take. I know a lot of people don't like Thieves in Times on the PS3, but I thought that Thieves in Time, if you were a true fan of Sly Cooper, being able to play his ancestors is probably the number one requested thing of all time. Where there's some questionable missions in the game, yes. Was it not as traditional as Sly 2 and 3? Yes. But I think Sanzoro Games did a good job by adding their own twist of gameplay and keeping it still tied to Sly. You could tell that they were passionate about the first 3 Sly games, and they literally just tried to make it feel seamlessly like the next game. I just think people have to realize that the jump between graphics from the PS2 to PS3 were vastly different, and they tried to push the boundaries of what the PS3 can do, and they made it viable for the PS Vita at the time. And I think a reason that Sly 4 gets a lot of hate, obviously, me and Julio have talked about this before, is the cliffhanger at the end. I feel like everyone's mad that it ended the way that it ended, but people have to realize that Sanzaru Games went into this expecting to get a DLC, expecting to get another game, and Sony kind of just pulled the plug on all of their classics. Like we haven't got a Jack and Dexter since Frontiers. Luckily, we got a Ratchet and Clank remake, and then we got Rift Apart, which was successful. So I'm hoping that crossing my fingers, State of Play is coming out. Hopefully, we get an announcement for a Jack and Dexter game and or Sly Cooper game. It's a stretch, but I think with the way sales have been going for Sly Cooper things, I think Sony knows that they can make money. I mean, Sony released the Funko Pop for Sly Cooper. It went crazy. Um, Sony released the Sly Cooper stuff on the website. It went crazy. The posters sold out. The limited edition sold out. The plushie sold out. So people just obviously support the games. The games got re-released for PS5 as classics, like not just like through their subscription service, like actual purchasable classics. And they were number 3 on the selling for charts. So I just think that Sony knows that they have the potential to make money with Sly Cooper. So hopefully they just capitalize on it. But yeah, those are my 3 games that I wanted to highlight from the list.
Yeah, I would agree that 4 doesn't get as much love as it should.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just people look at it like a different developer, different, pretty much console. Like I think the jump between like it's just it doesn't make sense to me because it's the same jump that we got from Sly 1 to Sly 2. Like if you play Sly 1 and you look at like the character model, the gameplay model, those are completely different games, like night and day. Like Sly 1 is a pure platformer. Like you're literally just jumping around like 2D levels kind of almost pretty much. It is a pure platformer. Like you're not really doing any of the stuff that they innovated and did into Sly 2 or Sly 3. So it makes no sense for people to like support the jump from Sly 1 to Sly 2, but not support the jump from Sly 3 to Sly 4, especially when we're upgrading a whole console. Like, we didn't
Yeah.
get, like, it wasn't a port, it wasn't a remake, it was a whole console jump, like a whole different development team, a whole different engine, newer system. So, But I do be hoping and praying we get the Rift Apart effect. Rift Apart Ratchet and Clank was one of my favorite Ratchet and Clank games, and when they push the limits of what PS5s can do with the motion controls, like you feeling the wind on the controller and the graphics, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was one of the most beautiful Ratchet and Clank games I've ever played. I don't know how you feel about it, but it was super, super cinematic. It was super. The areas were super good, and obviously with it being like a space game at different planets, they just really made the colors vibrant and the world sick. And I think that if you look at Sly Cooper has some underrated levels and potential to have good graphics. I mean, Paris was sick. Um, the Dubai stuff was sick. Like all the different areas that they go were super sick. Like especially like Thieves in Time. If Thieves in Time was like on PS5 graphics, like with going to like feudal Japan or like the Wild West or like the Night Castle and stuff like that stuff would have been super cool on PS5.
Yeah, I always talk about like games not needing to be like the most like detailed and stuff, but games like these where like you could tell the graphics are dated, they can definitely get a huge benefit from like just a modernized touch on it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, it's a little bit copium. I want it to be, I just want my favorite game to come back. I feel like everyone wants their favorite game to come back, just like I don't want like Destiny to end. It happens for everyone. But other than that, I think we are coming close to the end of the podcast. We're going to update you guys on some things going forward. One is this episode is pre-recorded the same day, so this episode is coming out next week. That you guys will see the previous one. So know that we recorded two back to back for y'all. We got some things going on that weekend, so if we miss something current going on during the weekend that this is uploaded, we apologize. We just double recorded these episodes. Um, the next thing is right now, currently as we're recording this, 007 stuff dropped. We talked about that game coming out. I don't know if that's a game Shinobi is interested in playing. I think I want to check it out. It's been a long time since we got a James Bond game. I seen some of the gameplay stuff just drop while we were out, or while we were recording this, and the trailer, so we can check this stuff out. Or I want to check this stuff out. Make sure you guys check this stuff out, and then we're gonna give you guys a glimpse of the next episode. The next episode that we have planned, it will be a little late after it's came out, so you'll probably have got a refreshment of all the news coming out. But we were going to be covering the first big game show of the year, and that is Sony, the Sony Play. We're gonna rewind. We're gonna review it. We'll check out the trailers for Sony State of Play. We'll go ahead and watch some of the trailers, point out some of the things we like, some of the things we wish would have got announced. That, like I said, it's the first big game show of the year. After that, we want to try to cover the rest of them. So we'll probably cover like the PC one. Fuck Xbox, we're not doing the Xbox one. Um, just kidding, we might. I don't know, but fuck Xbox for real though. And then obviously Game of the Year stuff at the end of the year. We'll be covering that kind of stuff for you guys. And in between, we will have more off episodes like music or interviews. So yeah, but stay tuned for the State of Play review. Hopefully they announce some cool games. We're both definitely excited for some PlayStation games to be announced. Hopefully we get to see some stuff on like Horizons gatherings and things like that. But other than that, it has been your boy Drift. I'm going to let Shinobi do his outro. Make sure you guys check me out on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot of MOBAs, and we're going to start playing those MMOs, like I said. Just taking a break from the casual FPS stuff. But all my links are in the description below. I'm going to let him do his outro, and then we will be out of here.
Yep, just appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all got any like sleepers that y'all researched and got higher scores than you thought they were gonna get, let us know.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be some sleeper games out there. We also missed some categories, so if you guys want to maybe us to do us again, like a part two, let us know below. We didn't add MOBAs, and we could probably look for more categories. Like there was plenty of categories that we missed. We could maybe do like trilogies or something, and or all kinds of. There's opportunities to do more categories for this, or we can even do something besides gaming for this kind of thing. If you guys are interested in us doing more games like this, or having a guest on to do this kind of games, let us know in the description or in the comments below. And make sure you guys check out everything in the description. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.